Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about Novabay Pharmaceuticals. The symbol is NBY. I'm going to be telling you why I think this is something to look out for, why it's interesting to me, and maybe you might want to put it in your watch list, right? For those of you that checked out my previous video on ICEA, thank you so much. I appreciate you. For those of you that haven't had the chance, feel free to do so. You might fall in love with this stock, okay? All right, let's get down to this. When I look at the chart, the first thing I like to do is drill down from the monthly, weekly, and the daily, right? Because I'm a long-term trader. These three time frames are what works for me, okay? Anything lesser than that, it starts to seem like noise to me, right? And if you don't know Novabay, feel free to check out the website. They do have a couple of eye products on the market right now as we speak. So it's kind of an interesting company if you want to read about the fundamentals, the financial statements, and the earning and everything they've been doing. Feel free to. I'm just going to stick to the technicals and talk about that right now, okay? All right, so let's go. First of all, let's go down to the monthly chart. You can walk from daily, weekly to monthly, but I find it intuitive for me to go from monthly all the way down, right? First thing I see a chart, I want to see what's happening. I want to see if I can get a clue of what's happening. Not necessarily where price is at right now, right? But let's see, I'll show you. Most people look at the chart and draw something else than what I'm doing, but this is what I'm going to do right now. Let's see if we can connect the dots and find a trend, right? This is one. All right. So the reason I'm doing this is because there's a point of contact here, one. There's another one here. There's 3, 4. Okay. Now let's see if we can close that from the bottom. You can try and go this way. Right? You can go this way. Yeah. So for a trend line to actually be kind of a trend line or have been tested, you have to have up to at least a minimum of 3 points of contact, right? I'm going to elongate this, go all the way back. Right. So we see we have kind of a fallen wedge, multi-year pattern, all the way from 2008 to 2021. So, I mean, you can do the math. It's probably, yeah, more than 10 years there, about 13. One more thing I like to do just to be really, really sure that I'm not just faking these lines or coming up about it. Like, look at this point, right? So if I also draw it and make sure it touches the point of this, keep going down. Do you see like it has another point to touch there? So that's another trend line, right? So this is 1, 2, 3. Well, you can take this too, because I mean, price didn't actually close above this. I'm gonna give this a different color just so we can know what we're talking about. What color? Well, let's say we'll give it orange, right? Okay. At least both of them still almost the same thing, still similar, just touching different points, right? Okay, so the next thing I want to do now, since I have the overall picture, is go down to what price is doing right now, right? So, I mean, it's hard to see because when I move over this way, you can tell if there's a break, right? So I'm going to move again, see what's happening. So in a case like this, let's see if we can just shift this chart a little bit. All right. Kind of in a way you can see price is trading outside of the orange one, a little bit outside of the black one. Let's refresh this chart again. Yep. Okay. So going back in. All right, just bear with me. Let's talk about what's happening here. So make this chart a little bit neat. I'm gonna delete. Let's delete this one. Okay. I'm deleting this one too, right? So just stay with me. Let's focus on what's happening currently in this area. So at this point, like, let's see what we have here, right? Take your trend line, focus on this point, then you have something that looks like this. Kind of looks like this too, right? Okay, see if we can join that to the bottom. Let's see. All right, come down a little bit. If you keep going, they're gonna meet at a particular point, right? Somewhere around here. And this is it. Yeah. See that since 2018, I mean, price has been in this range. 2019 goes down, touches here, go back up, go down, go back, and you just see a pattern forming, right? So price has been constricting. The highest point it has traded is 2.3. The lowest point is 22 cents. So keep in mind, I mean, this is a triangle pattern. At some point, it's going to break, right? When will that happen? We do not know how long, but I mean, the triangle pattern doesn't necessarily get to this point. It's going to break soon before it gets here. So when will that happen? I don't know. You probably might have something that happens like this and continue, right? Oh, again, this is why I said this stock is interesting. This is why I say you might just want to keep it on your watch list, because I've had it on my watch list for a while. I keep coming back to it just to see. I mean, I don't want to miss this breakout when it happens, right? And the other thing is this, like, again, you got to be mindful, right? Sometimes price can break lower. It's something called a bear trap, break lower, and only to break back in the straight line. It could happen up here too. It's also called a bull trap. You can just watch out for things like that, right? If we were to go into the weekly time frame, I think we can refresh the chart now. So you see, you have an idea of what's happening, right? It's going to look something like this on the weekly time frame. See, it's been trending in that range, right? And now we're at the low point of the lower trend line, right? If you go to the daily time frame, it's gonna be much, right? And all this is what is happening at this area. So keep in mind, we have up to, I don't know, maybe 2022, or even, yeah, it's because this is like the end of 2021, December 2021. A lot of things are gonna happen in this area. We don't know if price is going to keep trading in this triangle in 2022, right? So keep an eye out for this, right? And read about them, you'll see why I say, because I mean, if they're selling the eye product now in the market, you know, it's anticipated that revenue is going to grow in the future, right? If they're keeping the expenses down, right? And most of the product, I think they don't need prescriptions for them to be sold, right? I mean, you can buy them online on Amazon. So you can look out for that too, right? And back to the monthly charts. Again, so that's what's happening here. It's unfortunate that it's hard to like scroll down. And let's see. Put this back. Right? Yeah, I'm going to change that to black. Yeah, you see like it's kind of, we do have a break. I'm just going to push it that way. Bring down a little so you can see we do have a break. I mean, you can still wait because say it's still very early and we're trading in the second pattern. Again, you might want to be so careful. I mean, the second confirmation I'll wait for is a break of this second pattern, right? So, I mean, do your own due diligence, right? In no way am I saying you should go ahead and buy this stock. But I'm saying it's interesting. Something you want to keep in your watch list, something you want to look out for. I mean, you don't want to come back and this breaks off and it's all heading up. That being said, let's look at for if it were to break, what are the important resistance levels that it might be facing? One I'll say is here, right? Okay, just gonna bold that a little bit. Yeah, so this point is one. Okay, let's see if we can see another one. The second one will be somewhere here. It's somewhere around there. That's fair. And also, yeah. Oh, even if we have a break, there's still some challenges we'll have to face. At 1.9, around 4.705, then the other one will be around 20, right? So that's that for me. Thank you for giving me your time. Let me know if there's any stock you want me to talk about. If I can, I would. And if I find another stock that's interesting, I will share it with you guys. Have a great day, okay? Till next time. Bye.